If you walked into any independent repair shop right now and asked the techs what they drive, you would hear the same 5 Japanese cars over and over, but none of them are the newest redesigns. And one of these picks is going to surprise you. Number 1. The Mazda Miata. Yeah, I know, a 2-seat roadster on a mechanic's reliability list. But hear me out, because there is a reason every wrench turner I know respects this little car, even if they would never admit it at the shop. The Miata uses a 2-liter Skyactiv naturally aspirated 4-cylinder engine with no turbo, no supercharger, no hybrid battery pack, and no cylinder deactivation gimmicks. Just a simple engine that breathes through a timing chain, burns regular fuel, and asks you for almost nothing in return. The average annual repair cost sits around $430. That is cheaper to maintain than a Toyota Corolla. I am dead serious. But the real reason this pick matters in 2026 is what happened to every other Mazda. The 2025 Consumer Reports Reliability Survey dropped Mazda 8 spots in a single year, all the way down to 14th. That is the steepest fall of any brand in the entire survey. And it all comes back to one vehicle, the Mazda CX-90. Mazda wanted to play in the luxury SUV space, so they launched a new inline 6-turbo, a new 8-speed automatic, and a plug-in hybrid system, all at the same time on the same platform. The CX-90 was named the least reliable SUV of 2025 by Consumer Reports. Owners reported factory bolts that were not torqued properly, software bugs that randomly killed the defroster and backup camera, and one owner burned through all 4 tires in 16,000 miles from a drivetrain-induced alignment problem. So why is the Miata safe? Because Mazda never touched it. The ND Miata still runs the old naturally aspirated setup that earned Mazda its reputation in the first place. The 6-speed manual and the 6-speed automatic both avoid CVT nonsense entirely. Mazda is actually one of the only Japanese manufacturers that mostly refuse to ship CVT transmissions in their cars, and every mechanic I know respects them for that decision. I think the Miata is the most honest car any Japanese manufacturer sells right now. Nothing is hidden behind a software update. And when something wears out, a weekend mechanic with a floor jack can handle it in the driveway. Mazda got greedy chasing the luxury SUV market, and the Miata is taking the hit for a mess it had nothing to do with. That makes it a screaming deal if you move before used prices catch up. But if a 2-seater is not exactly practical for your life, the next pick is going to make some of you roll your eyes. Trust me on this one. Number 2, the Toyota Camry Hybrid. Nobody brags about driving a Camry, but the mechanics who spend all day replacing turbo actuators and rebuilding transmissions are not looking for bragging rights when they clock out. They want something that starts every single morning, costs almost nothing to maintain, and never once makes them pop a hood on their day off. The Camry Hybrid is that car. From 2018 to 2024, the Camry Hybrid runs Toyota's hybrid system with a 2.5-liter Atkinson cycle 4-cylinder. But the secret weapon is what sits where the transmission should be. Instead of a traditional automatic with clutch packs, bands, and a torque converter, the Camry Hybrid uses a planetary gear set with 2 electric motor generators. There are no friction surfaces to wear out over time. Nothing in that housing wears out the way a conventional automatic does. That is why you see Prius taxis in New York City roll past 300,000 miles without ever needing a transmission rebuild. RepairPal puts the annual repair cost for the Prius platform at $408, with a 7% chance of something major going wrong. The industry average is almost double that. The hybrid battery is not the ticking time bomb people think. Nickel metal hydride packs in earlier models easily last past 200,000 miles. There is a Prius out there that hit 546,000 miles on the original battery pack. The newer lithium-ion cells in the 2020 and later Camry Hybrid should outlast even that. The planetary hybrid drivetrain is the closest thing to a zero-maintenance setup anyone sells right now. You save money on brake pads because regenerative braking does half the stopping work. You save on fuel, and you never have to shop around for a transmission rebuild quote. The 2026 Camry is now hybrid only across the entire lineup, which tells you that even Toyota decided this technology is ready to be the default. Now, if you thought a Camry Hybrid was an unexpected pick, the next one goes in the complete opposite direction. A full-size luxury SUV with a V8 under the hood. And it somehow costs less per year to maintain than some economy sedans. Number 3. The Lexus GX 460. A customer rolled into the shop a few months back driving a 2022 GX 460 with 190,000 miles on the odometer. I asked him what problems he had been dealing with. He thought about it for a second and said the passenger side puddle light went out. That was it. 190,000 miles, and his biggest complaint was a $2 light bulb under the door. That is the GX 460 experience. This SUV rides on the same Toyota Land Cruiser Prado platform that has been running through deserts and jungle roads around the world for decades. Under the hood sits a 4.6-liter V8 paired with a 6-speed Aisin automatic, and this combination is what we call overbuilt. Toyota engineered this drivetrain like they expected it to survive actual combat zones. In a lot of countries, it literally does. You want to know what it costs to maintain a luxury V8 SUV with this drivetrain? About $770 a year. That is less than some compact cars. And the chance of a serious breakdown? 9%. The average luxury SUV is at 12, and because the GX shares so many components with the 4Runner and the Tacoma underneath all that leather, parts are everywhere. You are not paying Lexus prices for what are really Toyota parts under a fancier badge. Now here is why 2026 is the year to grab one. The 2023 model was the last GX with the naturally aspirated V8. Lexus replaced it with the GX 550, and that new model runs Toyota's V35A twin-turbo V6. The same engine Toyota just recalled across 230,000 Tundras and Sequoias because metal shavings left over from their Alabama engine plant got into the oil system and locked up the main bearing. Some of those trucks locked up before 40,000 miles. Toyota is swapping engines at roughly $25,000 each. I am not saying the GX 550 will definitely have the same failure, but when I am spending my own money, I am buying the last year with the proven V8 and letting somebody else test the new turbo. If you want the budget version, the older GX 470 from 2003 through 2009 runs the same Prado platform with a simpler V8 for $10,000 to $20,000. Watch for air suspension on certain trims. A lot of owners swap to coil springs for under $500 and never think about it again. If you want more breakdowns like this, hit subscribe. New videos every week. Speaking of body-on-frame Toyotas that refuse to die, the next pick on this list is the one vehicle that comes up more than anything else in mechanic forums right now. And the guys who own them are holding on like they found buried treasure. Number 4. The 5th generation Toyota 4Runner. If there is one vehicle that mechanics agree on across the board, this is it. I did a whole video on why the 4Runner holds its value better than almost anything on the road, but the short version is this. The 5th generation ran from 2010 through 2024 with the same drivetrain for 14 straight model years. Toyota had over a decade to sort out every bug and every weak gasket, and aftermarket parts are everywhere. The engine is the 4-liter 1 GRFE V6, timing chain driven, port injected, with Toyota's variable valve timing system. That last detail matters because port injection sprays fuel directly over the intake valves every cycle, which keeps them clean. Direct injection engines skip that step and build up carbon deposits on the valves over time. The 4Runner simply never had that problem because Toyota refused to fix what was not broken. But the engine is only half the story. The transmission is what really sealed the deal for mechanics. The transmission is an Aisin 5-speed automatic, and I will go on the record saying it is the most reliable automatic transmission Toyota has ever bolted to an engine. You are not dealing with CVT drama, dual clutch shutter, or an 8-speed hunting for the right gear at highway speed. 5 gears, a torque converter, and 250,000 miles of not thinking about it. I had a 2012 4Runner come through the shop last year with 287,000 miles on it. Original engine, original transmission, the owner did nothing fancy. Oil changes every 5,000 miles with whatever brand was on sale at the parts store. That truck looked like it had another 100,000 in it without breaking a sweat. Now here is where I am going to make some of you mad. The 2025 4Runner is a completely different vehicle. Toyota threw out the old drivetrain and dropped in a 2.4-liter turbo 4-cylinder with an 8-speed automatic on a brand new platform. And sure, the new one is quicker and sips less fuel, but the 2024 Tacoma, which shares that exact turbo engine and 8-speed combo, had transmissions failing under 2,000 miles because of factory junk getting inside them. Toyota said they fixed how they build them. Maybe they did. But when my money is on the line, I want the truck with 14 years of field data, not 14 months. And the resale numbers back this up. IC Cars data shows the 5th generation 4Runner loses only about 25% of its value over 5 years. The average midsize sport utility vehicle drops almost 45%. So you are buying a vehicle that barely costs anything to own, barely breaks, and holds value like a savings account you can also drive to work. Alright, I told you at the top that one of these picks would surprise you. Almost everything so far has been used cars and discontinued models that mechanics are snapping up before they get scarce. But the last car on this list is brand new, sitting on dealer lots right now. And it is the only new Japanese vehicle I would personally hand my money over for in 2026. Number 5, the 2026 Honda Passport. This pick might generate some heated comments, but I stand behind it completely. Honda just redesigned the Passport and did something that basically no other manufacturer is doing right now. They kept it simple. There is no turbo, no hybrid battery, and no plug-in system anywhere on this truck. Just a naturally aspirated 3.5-liter V6 making 285 horsepower, paired with a brand new 10-speed automatic transmission. That 10-speed is the real headline here. The previous Passport used a ZF 9-speed automatic that mechanics have been cursing at for years. I have personally pulled more of those 9-speed units out of Honda engine bays than I care to remember. They showed up in the Pilot, certain Odyssey vans, the Ridgeline, and the old Passport. Replacement quotes land between $5,000 and $9,000. There is a class action lawsuit against Honda over the 9-speed in the Pilot alone. So when Honda announced the 2026 Passport would drop the ZF 9-speed entirely and ship with a completely new 10-speed, every mechanic I talked to perked up. The 3.5-liter J35 V6 has been in Honda vehicles since the early 2000s, and with one cheap modification it becomes a 300,000-mile engine. That modification is a VCM disabler. Honda's variable cylinder management on the V6 shuts down cylinders to save fuel, but the constant toggling between 3 and 6 cylinders chews through piston rings and destroys motor mounts over time. A VCM tuner device plugs into the diagnostic port, keeps all 6 cylinders firing at all times, and turns a problem engine into a tank. It costs about $150. The 2026 Passport is not flashy. It does not match hybrid fuel economy. It tows 5,000 pounds and gets roughly 19 miles per gallon in the city and 25 on the highway. But every part under that hood has years of real-world proof behind it, and the one part that was generating nightmares just got swapped out for something fresh. I think this is the smartest new car purchase in the Japanese market right now. While every other manufacturer is tripping over themselves to ship turbocharged hybrid four-cylinder engines with first-year software bugs and battery systems nobody has tested long enough, Honda walked into the room with a naturally aspirated V6 and a conventional automatic and said, yeah, we are just going to build this instead. For a mechanic who has seen what happens when manufacturers rush new technology out the door, that is exactly what I want to hear. Look, the pattern across all 5 of these picks is dead simple. The technicians who fix cars for a living are not chasing the newest, most complex Japanese vehicles. They are buying the final generation of proven drivetrains before the entire industry jumped to turbos, hybrids, and software that have not been tested long enough to earn anyone's trust. And if you think Japanese manufacturers only build sedans and crossovers, I just dropped a video on 5 Japanese pickup trucks that are destroying their American competition in 2026. If you are shopping for a truck right now, you do not want to miss that one. I will see you over there.